Welcome back to Married to Medicine, Season 12, Episode 3. We start off this episode by seeing Dr. Contessa walking around like she looking like she's about to join the Soul Train. And come to find out she is celebrating her birthday and she's going to throw herself a birthday-themed party. As we see Dr. Contessa getting ready for her birthday-themed party, her players ball. And we see Toya, with her, helping her out. She quotes, I want to spend, just under $40,000. And they're all looking at her like, girl, that's just a little bit too much just for this themed party. I think it's a good idea. If Contessa wants to spend that much money on her party or in her last stage where she's no longer in her 40s, then why not? She also tells Toya, she's inviting everybody because she wants everybody to have fun. And last time we saw Toya and Dr. Heavenly, it did not go well. Of course, Toya is still going to show up just to support Contessa, and hopefully Dr. Heavenly can keep her mouth shut, even though we all know that's not going to happen. And now as next scene, we get to see Quad and her man King. And as we're seeing the couple communicate, we also get a glimpse of what Quad has going on. Quad is currently trying to get pregnant, and apparently the person who had their friend get, pregnant with triplets, she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to this doctor. And of course the doctor is going to be in Ghana. Dr. Jackie is also helping her with her labs, and Quad is shown that she's already getting 2 egg retrievals for, possible fertilization. We also get to see Quad actually take us through her process. She's sticking herself, twice a day, every day. And that does look exhausting just so she can be able to have a very healthy baby. So after watching Quad and King, we then get to the next scene and we see Dr. Contessa finally heading to her birthday party, getting ready. And as we get to see Contessa get dressed and get ready and be excited about her birthday, we also get to see the other ladies come together. For instance, we see Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly getting ready together and telling us how much they love the 70s. And I can't say, even though I was born in the 80s, I do like the 70s era. It did give a good fashion, a good show. And to see everybody show up in their 70s outfit, their, the Afro puffs, the pinks and the suits and the platforms, is really cute. You would think after all the pageantry and all the time it took for everybody just to look the part for a cute costume party, you would think Heavenly would have laid out her man an outfit. We know that, Dr. Damon don't really want to indulge, but David, come on now. Just you could have shown up in a nice little suit with some cute little platforms. You ain't have to wear the pimp hat. We see everybody get together, have a little fun, and, start to enjoy the festivities. Of course, Contessa is announced into her birthday party, looking like she's the bottom hoe to her man, the pimp. And she did look very cute, though. And it was cute to see Funky Dineva, getting his moment, getting his hug in with his friend. And this party did turn out a success. It was nice to see for the moment everybody having absolute fun. Simone and Quad was partying, everybody having a good time, drinking, dancing. That's how the group is supposed to be. The group is supposed to get along when they can. As we continue to see the party go on, we continue to see everybody have some fun. Even Dr. Heavenly is having a little fun, throwing a little shade. And of course, Toya is going to throw a little shade towards the men. And then we see the guys start to talk about, Eugene and him working. And of course, when he mentions the nurses and doesn't mention anyone else, that's a little shade as well. But of course, they're men. They're joking about it. They're making light of the situation because we all know Toya does not play. Now, we also get to see Dr. Contessa's husband. He is doing a wonderful speech. And, of course, they're going to bless the rest of the party. Everybody else is going to have fun. And then we also get to see Contessa made a wardrobe change. Now, that's a cute pink prom dress, but they go outside and the ladies convene outside to talk about what's going on at the party and how much fun they're having. Now, as the ladies are outside talking, they bring up the men and how, when women are with the men, they have to kind of move up the bar, kind of just push the men to do more. And kind of see Toya's point of view. Why do you have to make him do it? He should just want to do it. But we all know that's not most men. You got to keep pushing and pushing, because if you don't, they're just not going to do it at all. But it is if you want to deal with that. If that doesn't bother you to keep pushing your man to do what he wants you to do without you having to tell him, or without him thinking twice about it, that's on you. I just don't think that that's a conversation to have at her birthday party. Have that somewhere else. But now in this moment, I do get Dr. Contessa as well. If she had a great party, then she had a great party. Why are y'all pushing the issue? I know you want better for her and you want her husband to do better, but if she's happy where she is, then let Dr. Contessa be happy. Now, after the wonderful party, we get to see Dr. Simone and Cecil home, and as we see the boys there getting ready for, I guess, to have some type of family dinner. And it looks like, the boys have graduated and they've already had their graduation party. So the boys are giving them a graduation dinner, which it also looks like they're going to ask for something as well. And as they're getting dinner prepared or, sitting down to dinner, Miles and Dr. Simone are discussing, Miles getting a new car. And this is where I love Simone's parenting skills, because if one thing, she's going to make sure that her boys understand the financial stability or the financial the financial background of what's going to happen if I get something new, or if she gets them something, or, they just have to understand the financial aspect of what they want from their mother. Now, listening to them have a card in her name and they could just spend it, and Michael spent $60,000. I wish I had a parent for Dr. Jackie. $60,000 is a car. And for them to think of it as a negative, they don't want the responsibility of it. Simone, I have to say that, honey, this is something that you have created, because had you made them work from ground up or made them just a little bit more financially responsible, y'all wouldn't be having this conversation. $60,000? That's crazy. And for them to not even have jobs and to still think that, hey, you're still supposed to foot the bill. I want to go to graduate school. I want to go to law school. Like, wait a minute. I thought y'all was graduating to law school. Y'all ain't even get that far yet. They are better off getting some jobs in their field, getting that experience to help them out with those college finances if the parents don't want to pay. Now we're watching Miles be very entitled because he's trying to, I guess, put himself next to the rich white kids. And I'm going to need, Cecil and Simone did not have that conversation with Miles or Michael, because you're not the rich white kids. And don't know how long you think they're going to want to foot the bill. Once again, Cecil and Simone, you did not sit them boys down and explain to them society and how it truly works for them. So now you have extremely entitled kids not understanding as to why you won't just keep footing the bill for them. Now this is turning into an argument because, look, I don't have kids and I damn sure ain't got the money to be footing the bill like that. But if my parents gave me an apartment rent-free, gave me a car, gave me a car, $60,000 to that car, that money right there could have went to some part of your next step in school. And then you, like you say you want to do, Miles, you want to take care of your mom because she's done so much. Okay, that money y'all was spending, that could have went right to y'all college. I don't see the problem in y'all getting jobs right now in your field just to get your foot in, to have the experience and as well have the school. Let Dr. Simone and Cecil, let them get the free ride, and now they think they're supposed to continue to get the free ride. And even with Simone shouting, I can get why she's upset with Cecil. Cecil, you have to let them or make them grow up. And that's what Simone is trying to do. But you're holding them back by just trying to give them a free ride or take it easy, take it light on them. No, they got to grow up at some point in time. And that's why Simone is still pissed off with you, because you don't have her back. In that moment, that would have been a time to stand firm. Your mom's right. Y'all have had a free ride. You're not these other kids. We're not going to keep giving you a leeway. At some point in time, you have to make it on your own. So in this next scene, we get to see Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly sit down. They're at a bar. It looks like just as having girl time. They're just out cute. And, Simone is starting to discuss the dinner, the family dinner that they had. And of course, we see Simone, expressing that she's tired of being the bad guy or the bad cop. And she's right. Like, Cecil, you need to have her back more. And also, as we continue to see the rest of the scene, we see Dr. Brandy show up. So in the turn of events, we realize this is Brandy's birthday, and her husband has definitely just sprung for her and her friends to just have a good night and eat and drink. So we get to see some of the other ladies show up, and as they're being seated down to their table. And now as the rest of the ladies get there, we see Toya. Toya's always going to throw a dig, always throw a little fun shade, but Dr. Jackie gonna come with it too. So we just get to see them do a back and forth shade. And then of course during this shade, we start to realize that, hey, you're taking over Brandy's party. Let's pipe that down. Let's all enjoy. And of course they start talking about taking shots. And then, Toya expresses that, they did not get to spend enough time with Contessa because she was mingling, greeting all her guests and all that stuff. And that is a part of party planning. You don't really get to enjoy spending time with everybody, as Dr. Contessa agrees. So Dr. Contessa did host a brunch at her house the next day and cooked from 10 to 9. Now, I don't agree, because if I'm tired from my party and all that planning and in my feet in them heels, I'm not standing up cooking the next day. I'm going to just text you, baby, if I didn't get to talk to you or didn't get to hug you, here it is spiritually. But to stand up and cook from 9 to 10 for everybody who didn't get to hug, no, that's not happening. But of course, it goes into turn, and it's about Dr. Contessa's husband, why he didn't help, once again, why he didn't help her cook. And I'm going to say this again. If Dr. Contessa does not mind that Scott doesn't do anything, and she already knows that she's the head runner in the household, and she runs everything, and she's going to be just the main person, then that's on Dr. Contessa. That's what she wants. That's what she likes. Then that's what we got to be. But now, in the same breath, Contessa, you do not have to point out that she's thanking her man so much. Maybe she's just that grateful because at least her man did it, paid for it for her. You paid for your own party. Your man didn't pay for yours. Contessa, calm down. I don't know why Heavenly thought that was just so hilarious. I guess you just want to stick up for her or whatever. But Contessa, you're wrong in this. Whatever way you feeling, point that towards your man. It is not her fault that her man planned and paid for something that your man did not do. While we're on the subject, Dr. Contessa, you need to point all of this attitude towards your man. You are really shading this girl at her birthday dinner, whether it's expensive or not, and trying to make it seem like what she did was not as grand as yours. And so, if that's all she wants and that's all that he paid for, why do you care? Your man still has not paid for it. It was all you. Let's not act like Scott did this. And of all days, you do it on her birthday party. When it's not about you, Contessa. Your birthday was days ago. So why are you shading this girl on her day? I would have kicked your ass out of my goddamn birthday dinner, whether you liked it or not. Now, as this conversation continues to go on between Contessa and Toya, we see some of the ladies trying to laugh it off, because even watching, that is very overstimulating. I do not want my birthday party overshadowed by some women or a woman who's mad because my man paid for something and is not as elaborate as hers was. As the conversation continues to still go on, they also start to talk about marriage. And of course, all the ladies are just talking about, what they would like for their husbands to do. But at the end of the day, they love the ring more. And no, you gotta want just a little bit more. I don't agree with that part. And we do see that, because Dr. Simone is frustrated, she also is exclaiming that she doesn't want to be married no more either. And of course, that kind of gets to Quad. I don't know why Quad, but I guess you just like seeing Cecil and Simone together. But Simone's right. You don't know what she deals with day to day. I think Simone should have just divorced Cecil, and maybe she would have been a little happier. Maybe they would have changed and came back together and found each other. But in this moment, because Simone has stayed, it looks like she is kind of sort of having some regret. And with that conversation, this episode ends. So thank you for listening. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.